Okay, so I thought I found some like a couple of spots down there, a bit further down that we looked at down there, and it goes up and down. The road goes up and down a bit. Then I went over there to where the shops are.
Do you remember Love Thy Neighbour? Come on!
See, that bloke even thanked me for telling him that it was all filmed down here. It could be that the house was there, but who knows? Chances are people have just come out here. God knows how long they've been here. If only we knew where that spot was, then that would be good, because I can show it on the video. But if only we knew, and then I can show you all exactly where this was filmed. This show was filmed. Yeah, I know exactly where it is now, because believe it or not, God knows on that first episode how many times I walked past it.
Love thy neighbor, walk up and say how be ya. Gee, but I'm glad to see your pal, how's tricks, what's new? Love thy neighbor, and you will find your labor a great deal easier. Life will be breezier if you love thy neighbor.
Well, I'll tell you something, clever clogs. Do you know that the average Englishman has an IQ of 140?
So what?
Well, you tell me what has got an IQ of 200?
Surprise me.
200 Australians.
Welcome to part 2. Here I am again, back in Auburn, where it all began in 1980, the continuation of Love Thy Neighbour, the 7-episode series. I can let you in on some of the things I've been doing in the past week, so keep you up to date on what's been happening with me. And then I can take you to the place that I've been looking for, and hopefully with success, some success anyway, I'll at least get a hello, or yeah, I've done some kind of recordings of myself and written down something on a piece of paper, because when I try to remember some words or lines, I normally write it down. Normally write it down with a pen, or just listen to myself on some sort of machine or something, or in this case the phone. Everything's on the phone now, isn't it? Oh, this is that fruit market I went to last time, with the big watermelons. Yeah, so it'd be nice to pick up one of them on the way home. Okay, so where did I leave off last time? Looking for the property like I did last time, and couldn't find it, could I? Well, look, so I've done all the things I needed to do, and I'm going to sit down in a minute and just tell you what's been going on. So here's the thing about me. Since probably around 78, 79, thereabouts, I didn't see Love Thy Neighbour. After, I remember them showing the episodes, whether it was every day or 2 times a week or something on ITV, I can't remember, but used to see it quite often. Yeah, used to see it quite often. Sit there with the family watching it and having a great laugh, but as we would do, or as we did back then. And so after about that time it stopped. I was about 7 or 8 then, and I'd never seen it. It's such a funny show, as I said, it's such a funny show, but I'd never seen anything like it since, and it was like a big gap. I'd never seen the Australian episodes. So yeah, as I said, watched all those seasons. I think we watched most of them when they were shown at the time and they were put on at the time on TV back home in UK. Never saw it since then. Forgotten about it. So it's all forgotten. You know, you'd think about it from time to time as a funny show, but there's no internet. Of course, no internet back then, nothing to look up. It's all forgotten about because in UK, it's bang bang, one thing after another. So it's like one thing after another, show after show, all the old stuff's forgotten about. When you come to Australia, people talk about those old things, and not only that, they show the old TV shows, movies, black and white films, all those things that you haven't seen for so many years. They're showing them in Australia. That's what I found out when I first came here. I thought, wow, I haven't seen this for a long time. So they're showing these things, you know. It's just films that you haven't seen for so many years, or, you know, yeah, you get the odd constant reminder from a member of the family, wow, this hasn't been on, I haven't seen this since leaving the UK or something. But anyway, what's the other thing? So yeah, so there's a big gap of not seeing Love Thy Neighbour for a long time. And then when I first came out here, I heard from members of the family that they did some things, like there were 2 Ronnies out here, Benny Hill show, and a few other bits and pieces I used to hear about. Love Thy Neighbour kind of had a feeling that something happened around this area, but I didn't think about it too much. But I'm thinking of it now, and for the people, you know, for the people around the world that really want to know what's going on, you know, I'm just going to be in this area for a little bit, so it's nice and quiet. Oh, here, look, that's where I am. I'm right here, mate. Yeah. That's Auburn. There we go. Auburn. So yeah, for those that you know, for those around the world that are looking out for these things, you know, look, I'd say it's interesting because you'd want to see what's happening around this area now, and how does it look after so many years, and me sort of looking back on the people from that show, you know, mainly it's mainly looking at Jack Smethurst because of some recent happenings, and yeah, you know, every time you hear about these things, it's, as I said before, it's not good to hear, you know. Someone, like I said before again, someone that's been in your home, you know, sitting in your home living room for so many years, and you're laughing away watching it, and then, you know, these people are gone now. So, and you got to kind of thank them for that, you know, or thank, you know, someone like member of the family. Anyway, give me a minute or so. I'm going to sit down in a minute and tell you exactly what's been happening with me in the past week. The researches that I've done, and yeah, it will just let's think back about that time, 1980. Yes, the shops were here. Yes, it's where I'm going, it's back down there. Where I'm going, it's back down there. So I'll talk to you about that in a minute. You're going to laugh. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, you're not going to like this. You're not going to like it. You're either going to like it, or you're not going to like it, or you're going to just want to switch it off. I think you want to see the second episode and not the first. But it's good to watch them both, so you got some... It's good to watch them both, so you got some... yeah. At least you got some idea of what's happening. Okay, let's walk past these places. Migration centre. Oh, there's a good one. That's a good one for you, isn't it? Migration centre. So for all these food shops, migration centre. Talk about Love Thy Neighbour. It's all happening. It really is. It's all happening today. Oh, jewellery. What's it? Yes. Yeah, okay, so I'm just nearing a shop now where I'm just going to sit down, just have something to eat. When you're in Auburn, look, I'll show you. This is Auburn, right? Now, let's see if I can find a street name. I'm not a big fan of the area, even though there's lots of Turkish people living here, Turkish Cypriot people living here, and Turkish mixture of people. I think recently Iranian, Afghans, lots of different religions, Chinese. Here, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Go there. There you go. So yeah, lots of different types of religions. I think what shop's that? It's like a money transfer shop. Yeah.
Classic Romanian gifts having clearance sales.
Oh, clearance sale, there we go. Some clearance sales here. And then I'm going to sit down and have a kebab. I don't normally do these things, go out and have a kebab, but if you're here, if you're around the area, hang on a minute. Let's see how I can do this. Yeah, Auburn. You got these places. Yeah, anyway, I was just saying, this place is just more multicultural than it ever was, and lots of different types of people in this area. So let's have a look for this place I'm looking for, and I will sit down. Yeah, so here I am. I don't want to bore you with too much of me waiting, but I'm going to wait for it. Here. Oh, so how many people are on right now? Yeah, I'm recording anyway. Well, anyway, so okay, so what have I learned in the past week? I've gone back to some of the episodes. I watched a few since I was a kid. I hadn't watched them. I mean, I may have seen clips or something on the internet years ago, but I've not either thought about it or even looked at it. And only this week, I've not stopped watching Love Thy Neighbour. This week, I've watched the whole Australian series for the first time. And I'll tell you what, it's as funny as hell. It really is. It really is funny. It's really good. Like some of the jokes and some of the comebacks, and like Jack Smethurst is spot on with his timing. He is funny. No, it's spot on. Really is funny. This series, Australian one. Look, chances are you haven't watched it in the UK, but with satellite dish and everything else, and you know, with the satellite systems and the old British UK comedy channels, they've been coming up from time to time. Like late 80s, I know when I was still living in England, cable TV was just coming in. And of course, there was no Love Thy Neighbour since, I think maybe the last time I saw it, 1979, 1980, I really don't know. They had some repeats, and after that, it's forgotten. So late 80s, you had all these movie channels and everything else coming up here and there. And if you had money, you'd get cable TV or satellite TV or whatever, and people would do it. In England, people would do it, but we just had the usual BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, usual thing, you know. Which, like I said, when something's forgotten about, or when something or a series is finished, you won't see it for years. In England, you won't see it for years, and unfortunately, that's the way it is in England. It's fast moving, like fashion and everything else over there. It's just fast moving, you know. And yeah, so watching that, it educated me a little bit, because the reason I say it educated me, like, yes, in a funny way, but in other ways where, like, when you come over from UK to Australia, like, you English people, you know this, you'd have the odd one or two arguments with you know, Australians. Hang on a minute, hang on. Thanks very much, thank you, thanks. Yeah, there it is. You have the odd one or two arguments with Australians, and they'll call you, you pommy bastard, and you say, you Aussie something, you know. So you have the odd one or two arguments, and you see that on the episodes. It's quite funny. When you think about it, it's like the real thing. What really does happen, and certain things I've watched on those shows, each and every episode, it's classic. Okay, so you don't see that happening every day. So what happened just now was this shop, the kebab shop, said, no, we only take cash, and so he let me go out and get some money. That's rare, isn't it? I'm not going to run away. I'm going to pay for it. So yeah, I went back after and paid for it. That's pretty good. So what happened just now was, I just came out from the shop, and they said, $15.50, and I showed them my card, and they said, we don't take the card, we take cash only. Oh, cash. And he said, the machine is over there, down the road, you know. He let me go down the road and do it. How good's that? Chances are that would never happen. I guess it depends on the person, on the customer, I think. But anyway, I've had something to eat. Now I'm going where I need to go. I kind of know what I'm going to say when I get there. So what I'll do is I'll just sit down and think a little bit. I'll sit down, think a little bit about what I'm going to say, and then I'll go there and say it, yeah. Because you can't just go in and say, scare the living daylights out of people. You don't scare the living daylights out of people like that. No. You just got to be cautious about everything you do today. Yeah. And I'm cautious. Here comes the car, so I've just got to wait. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's good. So here we go. Going all the way back. So from the main city area of Auburn city centre, I guess it's called. Got to go all the way down, like I did last time on episode 1. Walk all the way down and find a home where the Love Thy Neighbour Australian series was recorded. And yeah, you can have a look at the home. And so, what did happen last time? I was looking for a number that doesn't even exist. And there isn't a number of 101. So why I even thought of number 101 Auburn Road, I've got no idea. I really don't know. 101 came to existence in my head, and then I decided, oh, let's go 101 Auburn Road. And then that was it. It stuck with me for the rest of the episode, or for the rest of the recordings. So I had asked a few people, where's number 101? As you know, I've asked a few people, and nah, I didn't get it. And people didn't know where it was, and I didn't know what I was talking about. Now I know where I'm heading, so I'm going in that direction now. And yeah, as I said, just thinking about what I'm going to say, and yeah, just sit down for a moment and take a walk down here. It's a little mall kind of area down here. So, on this episode, you will find probably an Auburn RSL club somewhere in there. It's not okay. I've done that research as well. So a lot of the people asking, there are people there asking on the internet, where is South Auburn Club or RSL Club? Or when you see that on the screen on the episodes, it's just got a little plaque. You don't see anything, you just see this little plaque, and it's plaque, I mean like some sort of card or board that says South Auburn Club or RSL Club or something. So I don't think it ever existed. So it'd be nice to see some comments to see if people do know. They're very interesting actually. Just had a look at the different types of clubs online, but I haven't actually gone to have a look. You know, maybe the place where they recorded it with the machines in the background, as you can see, the old type of the gambling machines, or the you know, those type of machines that you used in the old days to gamble all your money away. Those are the really old machines, and yeah, none of those places have those now, of course. But I looked at that and I thought, oh look, it looks like there's a badge. You can see something in the background, a frame of some sort of club, and you can see possibly that is. I'm not saying it is. And you can see, you know, the bar, of course, the bar, you know. It's really hard to see whether it's a pub. So I'll look around a little bit and see if we can try and make heads or tails of it. I don't know, but I'm in within the area now. There are a few clubs around here. I can just spot some of them and just take images of them and kind of show you what I can see. And but the main thing on this one at the moment is me walking down that road, and I'll take you to the place where I know exactly where it is now, because believe it or not, God knows on that first episode how many times I walked past it, and you can see it right there on the previews as well. You can see it right there. I don't know if you've seen it, but yes, it's right there on the previews, and I'm not going to say it's. See, people live at this house, and it's not easy to go by numbers and say, look, this is where they live. You just have to look it up, and you can see it, you know. But you kind of feel sorry for them, because this house is a very popular house, and don't want to, you know, go in there like a crazy person. Oh. So this is it. So what we're going to do there is just go there. We'll sit down in the park. Now, I showed you last week the street in which I was in, and then there's a park. There's a park there. If you watch the beginning, I can show you now. Watch the beginning of Love Thy Neighbour in Australia. on those each and every 7 episodes, you'll see what's going on there. There's a park, and then opposite you can see the houses, which is something that confused me last week when I saw all this kind of area. And then I went down the other side, and I couldn't find a number. The number doesn't exist, so I was looking in the wrong area. But I was in the right area. I was actually in the right area, but looking for the wrong number. So it's definitely not in this shop sides, because I was looking here too. How silly I was. I went past the school, which is here. There's a big public school here. Big bookstore, Domino's Pizza. We went past all that last time. We went past it. And we went past all those houses down there as well. So, too many of them, and I missed it. I went straight past it and missed it. So this is it, guys. This is it. This is it. Remember when I was in my little room there and I stood up? You can cut out all the things and just look at this. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I was on the other side of this road last week, and there's the public school there, Auburn Public School, and I was crossing the road saying, last week I was saying it's probably hard to hear it last week. I don't know if you could hear me last week very well, and the volume, sorry for the volume, it's not as good as it should be. So, I'm walking down here. Yeah, I'm at the lights. Remember I was going to ask that guy here? See, these people have got no clue. There's a few people that do, that have lived here a long time, and that are from different backgrounds and have lived here for a long time. So there's a few different, lots of different nationalities. I'd probably find some Australian people here, I'm sure, that are in there, you know, like younger or older generation, probably down there. That I don't know. It'd be nice to know. But this is where I am right now. Now I can cross the road. This is how they do it here. You have to wait until that little noise, and then that little green man comes up. I'm sure it's the same everywhere else, but you haven't got much time. As soon as that little green man disappears and goes to red, you can't stop in the middle of the road, you carry on. I was in Melbourne many years ago, and I crossed the road without the signals going off, and I just walked past, just walked through. It was only a little street, and a policeman stopped me and he said, no, you can be fined for doing that, jaywalking. Oh, I said, oh, okay. And he said, go back and cross again. Okay then, so I crossed again. So I could have been fined for jaywalking. And that's many years ago anyway, it's not now. So that's past. So last week I walked past all this, see? And there's that, I think it's another school. Could be it's part of the public school, yeah. So it's pretty big. Auburn Public School here.
Thy neighbor, walk up and say how be ya. Gee, but I'm glad
So
to see your pal house tricks. What's new?
Again,
Love thy neighbor, and you will find your labor a great deal easier. Life will be breezier if you love thy neighbor.
Oh, hello. My name is Sonny, and I've come from Sydney to come and see you. Sorry, I'm not actually selling anything to you. I've just come to your property just to say hello. The reason I'm here is basically here to let you know that you're living in a famous property, and I'm not sure if you're aware. It's your property in which you're living has been a famous home during the 1980s, where a comedy show was filmed, and it was filmed but for a short time, but it was very popular. The series was very popular on Channel 7. So I just wanted to let you know that you're living in a famous property. So so I'm not selling anything to you. Just wanted to let you know of your famous property, and welcome to your home. That's all. Look, just thank you for your time, and if you don't mind, I'll just stand outside your home for a few moments. And if you don't mind me taking some images of your property, that's all. Yes, thank you.
Would you believe it? More bloody foreigners here than in London.